I'm your host, Frank Prince. Happy New Year, everybody. Today, I have two special guests with me. I have Chef Michael Nichoson from Culinary Solutions and Event, no, Culinary Solutions and Consulting and Catering. And I have Shoshana Segura of Ultimate Indulgence Events.
That's right. Thank you
Welcome.
for having us.
Welcome
Thanks
both.
for having us, Frank.
So how are you guys doing?
Good, good. Enjoying this weather and much business to come and just having a good time for the holidays.
Yeah, that's great. And welcome. It's a new year, new things, new beginning. And you're my first show of
Awesome.
2014.
See that?
That's right.
Good.
Got to kick it
Thank
off
you.
good.
Now, how do you get to know your customer?
Well, Shoshana, you want to go with that as far as how we start off and maybe.
Yeah, we're going to go over basically the 5 C's of when it comes to event planning. And how we get to know our customers is basically communication is key. We like to have a personal relationship with all of our clients. We don't want them to just think that either we're going to take their money or we're just here to throw a party. We want to make sure that it's something that leaves an impression. So we have different things that we go through, whether it's how they first met, if it's an engagement party or a wedding, all the way down to if they want to have an event for their girls or for the guys. So, and we like to get into also, a lot of people sometimes forget, we need to know if people have particular allergies to things, so we like to cater to everybody specifically, have, one-on-one.
Or even just to that point of adding on to things like that, we get to know the client and what their needs are, what they're trying to establish, what they're trying to bring out.
Right.
So if it's an event, let's just say it's a 50th birthday party. What's his or her favorite meal that they love to have? Maybe they like fried chicken. Maybe they like something, odd or just regular conventional food. But we're able to bring that to them also. So, the surprise factor is there for them, and we're trying to make satisfied customers in the end. So getting to know them is really, really essential to making us successful as a whole, as I see it, yeah.
Right.
Okay, what do you offer?
Well, we like to find out what the concept is, what they're looking for, whether, we just don't do large events, but we do at-home private events too. Sometimes the gentleman doesn't know what to do for the girl. So for Valentine's Day, we would come in and we would have Mike himself personally cook for them. He would have a chef, and then we would bring a waiter on staff. So all they have to do is just bring in the team, and he can wow his girlfriend, if you would. And the same thing for the girl. It's really important that a lot of girls just don't know what to get guys. I mean, not every guy for Valentine's Day wants a pair of boxer shorts with hearts on it. So we do a sports venue for them. So it's just all guys, make it a big thing. We get jerseys, have the hats come in, and the girls got to leave. It's just for the guys. So
But we can also formulate something for you too, also, ladies. You can go out to the nail spa or whatever you'd like to do in that particular case. I'd like to bring up one event that we did do, which was really successful, and that was we're able to take a kids' party and take it to the next level. So what I did is I came in and I cooked with all the kids. We baked, we made product together, and it got them involved in different things. And it was a lot of fun because we gave them aprons, we gave them chef hats, we had the whole thing videoed, and it was just a complete package. And then at the end, they're able to take everything that they made, good or bad, with them home. So that was really cool. Wanted to bring that up just to, highlight that. That was
Mike
cool.
is really good with that too, because a lot of parents sometimes don't know what to do for the kids for their birthdays, and they just do the regular
Or
balloon
the same
thing.
old, yeah.
And the same old, let's do something different where, if you want to add nutrition factors into a kids' party, Mike can come in, and we set it up where the kids are actually doing food art. And they make it fun, and they want to get involved in it. And it's easy for the parents because they don't have to worry about the headache of chasing the kids and screaming, and everybody has a lot of fun. And we can even go further out where we turn the whole backyard into a Nickelodeon theme. I've done that once where a kid just wanted to jump in a pool of jelly, and that's what they got. So it was really
Wow.
good, and the
Yeah.
parents got goopy and goppy, and nobody was saying, ew, so everybody really had a good time.
Going back to the 5 C's, the 5 C's of proper preparation, if you will. My father was always big on that 5 P's. But we talk about the 5 C's and communication, the concept, the creativity, the coordination of it, and also the completion, making sure that you're a happy customer in the end. And that's really what drives us to make sure that everything goes well.
Right.
Show and I are not one to tell you one thing and do another.
Right.
And I think
Right.
that's really important to bring out. We're not the biggest. We're not the biggest event company on the island or in New York alone. But you know what? Our specialized process of doing things and the hand-holding that we give is what we'll do for you, and that's honesty, integrity, and things that we'd like to uphold to. So I like to bring that out because
Right,
it's
that's
important to talk about.
It's a very good point, and that's when the creativity comes into when you want to have an event. I think it's great that there's all different type of events, planners that are out there in businesses. I've had the pleasure of working side by side with a few of them myself.
Likewise.
But when you're smaller, as far as my event company goes, you're able to care and put a little bit of a personal touch into it. You don't feel like you're getting pulled in, 20 different directions because I have a lot of different events. And that's so important when it comes to creativity. We want to make sure that all our clients that come in have individual, what's the word? I lost the word. But we want to be able to care to them, individual attention. We want to be personable.
99.9% of the time is one event a day. So we're not like going to do 3 events and see if we can all handle it all at once.
No.
So that's one thing that's a priority to us, is making sure that everybody is taken care of in the right way. Other particular events that we also do is, and we do a nice job as different themed events.
Right.
We're able to handle a Texas barbecue. So we'll roast pigs. We'll do the smoking of the ribs. We'll do pulled pork. We'll do all these different things, corn on the cob, all the seasonal vegetables that come with that as well. So if they have any thoughts on having something like that or a particular theme, it's easy for us to come up and go with that.
Sometimes people have these visions and dreams of what type of events they want to have. And sometimes you need to have that personal one-on-one touch to bring out that creativity, bring their dreams alive.
We're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back.
YesWeCare.net is a 501c3 charity that provides help to veterans and their families. Please visit YesWeCare.net and donate in any way you can by purchasing our beautiful frame prints or relaxation CDs and DVDs, even smooth jazz CDs. YesWeCare.net. Remember, our troops are on their way home. They need all the support they can get. YesWeCare.net.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidisciplinary practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have 2 practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our 2 offices. Thank you.
Okay, we're back. Let's go to a revealing part of it.
The revealing parties.
Ah.
Yeah,
Revealing
that's actually
parties.
a pretty good subject. I had 2 friends of mine that actually had a baby shower. So shout out to Johnny and Rachel Ova. They're the owners of Design Me, who do the web designs. They had wanted to do something different. A lot of people nowadays, everybody does a typical baby shower. And we like to go a little bit further. So for the revealing party, sometimes it would be where you would bite into cupcakes, and the filling would be the color of what the sex of the baby would be, the gender, whether it's male or female, blue and pinks, and we really just make it special for everybody. So it's not just everybody getting a message all over Facebook or phone calls or sending out, the mail, which takes up a lot of time. We make it something that's lasting to add a little bit more oomph to it, and that's where creativity comes in it.
And the cupcake tower.
Cupcake tower.
You can make the big cupcake tower, blue and pink on either side, and very cool.
It's very cool. Yeah, and we do different themes now too. A lot of baby showers, everybody just comes in with the typical yellow and green, or just the pink, and they're not sure what they want to do. I've gone as far as having a Paris theme, where I would take lavish umbrellas that have lace in them or pink, and everybody looks like they're walking into Paris, and they love it because the umbrellas are hung down. You got the Eiffel Tower as a cake, and it's something different than the typical, diaper cake.
Yeah.
I got to hand it to you. You had some awesome events that I went to.
Thank
and
you.
I was blown away with what you did.
Thank you.
It's like, wow.
Ultimate Ladies Night Out. That was probably one of the most memorable nights. It was pretty good. Everybody felt like it was basically red carpet. We had the nice backdrop, and what's important too is that it's not just for fundraisers that we do things like that. It's also for people's occasions. So if you want to have a 50th birthday party, and you're not sure what to do for your parents, some people just get over the hill. Let's change it around. How did your parents meet? Did they like to go into drive-in movie theaters? Let's turn the backyard into a roaring 20s, theme, or a drive-in movie theater, if you would. And put black and white checkerboards. Just taking that's where the creativity comes in, I think, is that we go above and beyond to give you the ultimate experience.
Themed out parties is one of my specialty. As far as I love getting into the cuisine of that particular theme of things. So whether it be a Caribbean theme or perhaps maybe a Latin theme, we would do the whole menu around that particular aspect of the theme. And obviously I would consult with the client in that regard, so to make sure that this particular fish or this or that. And we also, and when it's a big enough party, I will do things ahead of time to give them a pre-tasting of what everything would be like. So it's a try before you buy kind of a thing. So it's important that we will stick our head out a little bit as far as to say, listen, we'll do this for you as for a tasting. So I think, it's showing who we are and the integrity that we bring to the affair itself.
Exactly. Michael's regards to attention to detail is so impeccable, and that's why I love working with him, because as far as how I run my company, for those of you that don't know, Ultimate Indulgence Events is not just an event company where we come in and we just throw something together. Each and every event that's done the commission that's supposed to come in on my end, a portion goes to a charity. So if it's an Ultimate Ladies Night Out, we're going to put, you know, a charity towards Suffolk County Coalitions Against Domestic Violence. We had done that actually last time. Or, you know, if it's a baby shower, some of the proceeds go to a woman in need who either got affected by Sandy or is just down on her luck, and she needs to have something too.
Fantastic.
And I love that about Michael, is that why I love working with him is he has such a heart for helping people as well, and his attention to detail is impeccable, like I said. And he wants to make sure that, you know, every bride and groom that goes to an event or anybody that hires somebody, they just want to go in, they want to take your money, they book you, you're done. Michael wants to make sure he gives you that personal experience where he wants to know every aspect of what you do like, what you don't like. Well, I'll let you elaborate on that with food allergies.
Well, you know, the food is the main event as far as I'm concerned, because that's my side of the thing. Sorry. But my attention comes from, when I first, you know, I don't know if I told you this, Frank, but my schooling lends itself back into the mid-'80s at CIA, at the Culinary Institute of America. I also have a degree in nutrition, so it allows me to know different things about caloric intake and things like that. So my background lended itself to a large number of people to serve at any given time. I started out in the Four Seasons hotels, and I worked in San Antonio, Texas, and I worked in Chicago. Worked in many different hotels for Four Seasons. After leaving the hotel phase, I went into independent restaurants where I was Mariel Hemingway's chef, and I also worked for Drew Parent as one of his chefs when he opened up numerous places in Manhattan. So I have a la carte, I have banqueting, I have large affairs, but my thrust of things really came out when I ran the Great Gorge Resort up in North Jersey, where I was able to do parties up to 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people at a time. So you had to be really, really concise on how much food you need. So either you make money or you don't make money. And it's all about making a profit as far as when you're in food cost and food cost analysis. Right. And you know, that really grew my whole experience with doing large parties like that. We used to do these big events where you'd have a Spanish event where you'd under a tent with like 5,000, 6,000 people, and it would be music and everything. So my background in this is in depth, and the off-premise catering part of it really lends itself to, you're basically camping and with gourmet food. So when we come to your house or your establishment, we take over your little kitchen, we take over your backyard, we take over your garage, whatever it may be that you're going to lend itself to, right. And we will create what we need to do or finish our product in that particular environment. Nothing comes from our place hot and sits. You're going to get things cooked, fresh, and beautifully every time. My background is also where you start with fresh stocks, fresh sauces. All of our fish, all of our meat is butchered, then brought in. Nothing's ever frozen. And then we also, you know, seasonal products. I really like to use seasonal products here from the island, where I'm able to go to my local guys and get local product that's coming off the farms, especially in the summertime. So I'd like to, you know, that's part of my whole thing. You know what, creativity is you know, you can hang the pretty decorations, but you know what, when people look at your food, right. When
Absolutely.
people, they eat with their eyes.
Right.
So that's what we'd like to be able to attract folks to.
How do you adapt the food to the event?
Well, you know, it's important, first of all, that we ask the client what they're looking for. What's your dream? What are you looking to do
That's
here?
where the communication comes with. That's the
Right.
first. Yeah.
So what are you looking to do? Are you looking to, let's just say they had 50, 75 people. Not everybody eats fish, not everybody eats meat,
Maybe
not
they're all
everybody eats chicken.
vegetarians.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a vegetarian or whatever the case
That
may
could be
be.
extreme allergies that people don't know about,
Sure.
you know, and that's where coordination comes into, I feel as well, you know, and that's what's really good about, I don't have tons of people that I work with. I'm very selective, and, you know, I'm very fortunate to have Mike as a part of my team, but everything has to be catered to in a particular way, you know, whether it comes to the flowers, the photos, the food that comes in, you know, communication between us is key too. And I've even had people that didn't even know that some of their guests were allergic to particular flowers. And, you know, somebody will come in and they just start blowing up. And that's where the communication comes in with and coordinating everything, you know, hand in hand. And, between Caribbean cuisines, Latin cuisines, everybody wants to do something different. When they want to have a luau at their house or, the pig roast in the backyard.
My favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really good. We like to, make it adventurous for them, and that's why we work with a small amount at a time. We just don't book, like you said, 3 events in one night. It's not going to happen.
No, it's too much.
Too much. Well, you've seen how I did
I've
one of my
seen-
events.
yes.
And I did that all, and it was really hard. I mean, I was fortunate enough to have a wonderful selective personal assistants, but it's still not enough. No. So.
By the way, I just wanted to bring up one thing, Frank. We will offer assistance with a bar. However, we don't buy the booze because
Okay.
that's really the customer's house, and it's their responsibility on that end of things. However, we will,
Bring in a team.
bring in a team to be able to supervise that, along with a wait staff,
Right.
along with a cleanup crew, et cetera. So once we come in, we set camp up, if you will,
Right,
and then go from there as far as to tear down and make sure your place looked even better than it did when we came in. So that's really important for people to know that when you're having a party, you are allowing us into your household, and we respect that.
Like you say, a team, how many?
That's true, right?
How many on the team?
Yep.
Well, it depends too.
Depends.
Like Michael was saying, it really is. A lot of people say no job too small, no job too big. I've done it where, like I said, just 2, buy at home romantic dinner where you have
Great.
a personal chef, to where Mike was saying 5,000 people. So whatever the team is, when you have a good repertoire such as Michael does, you have people that will back you up and be by your side. So it's a lot of teamwork. Communication is so much key, and coordination too. So.
That's working great.
That also, you talk about coordination, did the entertainment, or is the entertainment coming? Are the rentals there yet? Is the plate there yet? You don't have to worry about those sort of things. That's where show takes care of all that aspect of making the phone calls, making sure everything's in place. Those extra worries don't have to be done. So part of the 5 C's is coordination and communication. So the coordination of making sure logistics are being taken care of so your party comes off in the right particular way. So it's really important that happens like that. But
I've gotten quite a few phone calls from brides who are in the middle of their wedding reception, and they didn't choose to hire me or anybody else, just in general, and they wanted to do it on their own, and they're hysterical in the bathroom, sitting on the floor in their gown, and my cake was ruined, this didn't show up, and I went, well, that's why you have the event planner, to make sure that all these details are tied. I will be, unfortunately, not all events go
Right.
your way, as you know.
Yes.
Sometimes you have that bad event, and I've had it where everything fell apart at the last minute, and I have to be the one that gets on the phone and gets everything produced, make sure that everybody's working together
Right.
to finalize those things. Your wedding day, what happens if the whole place goes on fire? What happens if the limousines break down? I have to make sure that I have a backup plan. I need to take that stress off, and that's the wonderful part of hiring an event planner and having a team with you, is you don't have to worry about making sure everything's taken care of. You could be sitting home and you're still waiting for your limousine and you're 3 hours late to your wedding. So that's what my job is, to come in. And also to, I have a little bit of a medical background, so it's good to have somebody, if somebody is going to have a baby, and they're ready to give birth, but they want to come to the event, I can't tell you how many water breaks on the floor. Where's the
Right.
escape route? Who has the car? Who's ready to go? Who's diabetic? Who's not? Who has allergies? What do I do? Do we have... Everybody has that, where they have that one relative that always likes to get intoxicated. So I need to make sure
Prepare.
that I keep my eye on him, or I send my personal assistant out to keep their eye on him to make sure that nothing is, going overboard.
And by the way, you brought up diabetics. I've been a lifelong diabetic. I've been a diabetic since I was 8 years old, and I wear a pump, and I have to count my caloric intake. So that's a good part of what I'm also lends itself to the menu planning and such. So, hey, put that in your hat.
I'm diabetic too.
You are
so
too, right, Frank? No
20
fun.
years, and
Yeah.
no.
Right,
It's-
and that's
it's
why
Really
structure's
got to get my
important,
life
too.
in check.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
doubt.
Had some
It's-
episodes on stage, and
Yeah,
not good.
and I get with that, man.
Our events are structured to allow our clients to enjoy their party. That's just the basic end of it. We want everybody to enjoy what they have, and we want them to know that the weight is taken off of them, and we'll take care of everything.
That's a good point, because the way we like to be able to structure things is, listen, you're hiring us, so you don't have to do any of this.
Right.
You're hiring us, so we take the pressure off of you. So the more we know, the better off you will be in the long run as far as establishing a cohesive, structured, successful event. And that's really what we're here to do.
Well, we have 2 minutes left, so anything else you'd like to add before we close?
I'd like to just, you want to elaborate more on what you're doing now?
Yeah, well, Frank, I opened up a sidebar to my company, and it's called Culinary Solutions Consulting. And what it is I go into either existing restaurants and I do a new menu development for them. Maybe their food cost is out of line, so I try to structure their food cost, their buying habits, their storage, how much they're buying, their par stocks, everything involved in running an establishment to getting them out of the red and into the black. So in other words, like a restaurant rehab, but that's what my focus on detail, on little things like that is very, very strong after owning places of my own and knowing what the failure rate is with opening up a restaurant. In addition to that, I also do concept to completion as far as developing a concept and running into different things. So if anybody's interested, I have a website called Culinary Solutions Consulting, and I'd love to meet with you and consult with you on a free basis to look into things that maybe we can work together.
Absolutely.
And if anybody would like to contact me as far as planning your next event, or if you have any questions about maybe booking Frank for your own comedy show for your next party to elaborate and add more creativity to it, or if you want to get in touch with Mike yourself, there's 2 ways of contacting me. You can either contact me at ultimateindulgenceevents.com or ultimateindulgenceevent@gmail.com, and you can also find me on Facebook.
Thank you both for being here.
Thanks, Frank. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's it. We're out of time, and I'll see you next week, same time, with comedian Frank Gizzi.